welcome back to my pick a card channel, the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here with a pick a card reading for you. Welcome to all of my new subscribers this month. Welcome to all of my old subscribers as well. Thank you guys so much for your comments. Thank you for your presence here. As a thank you, I do offer a chance to win a free tarot reading, so be sure to drop your comments below for your chance to win, and be sure to hit your notification bell. Whether you're an old subscriber or you're a new subscriber, it helps me to get the content to you. It helps me to notify you that you're chosen the winner, and we can get the ball rolling. I will notify you via the comment section if you are chosen my free tarot reading winner of the month, but I will give you clear instructions on how to reach out to me. I do not ask for payment for the free tarot reading, so if you are getting unsolicited DMs on Instagram or YouTube from someone posing as the Tarot Cottage, be sure to protect yourself from people who are posing as tarot related content here on the internet. But for today's pick a card topic, we are looking at a connection on your mind, and maybe it hasn't got off the ground yet. Maybe it's a very confusing connection for you, because we're asking, are they going to take action towards me? And what type of actions are they going to take? What can you expect out of the future from this person? We do have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 with the Hermit and the green stone. And this is the Happy Tarot that I'm using today. Pile number 2 with the clear quartz and the High Priestess. Pile number 3 with the Devil and the red stone. Now, whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there could be messages waiting from Spirit. I'm going to jump into pile 1. Again, today's topic is all about, will they take action towards you, and what can you expect? Pile number 1. Hello, pile 1. You are drawn to the green little stone. You are also drawn to the Hermit here, and this is your reading. Are they going to take action towards you? What can you expect for the future of this connection? Now, the Hermit here ruled by Virgo, this person could be a little bit of a tire kicker, where they're really leaving you confused for a long period of time, where it's like they're taking one little step towards you and then maybe retreating, another little step towards you and then maybe retreating. They could be retreating right this moment. Maybe there's been a very strong lack of contact in the present moment. Maybe they've just retreated a little bit. They could be a very shy person as well. Now, I will say with the Hermit, he's not necessarily without a plan. So this person may have intentions. They could just be wielding them very slowly. So let's take a look and see. I'm going to use the Anatomy Tarot to begin for you, pile 1. What can you expect in the future of this connection? Will they take action towards pile number 1? What are their current thoughts and feelings, their intentions? We have the King of Swords. We have the 9 of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. And the truth is that I feel like I feel like this person's appearances are deceiving here in this situation. I feel like they have motivation, they have intention, they see the opportunity. And the truth is, I think that they have a bit of a soft spot for you specifically. Like, Spirit's talking about a soft spot. We have the Hanged Man. And they don't allocate this soft spot. They don't give themselves enough compassion, because it's like the focus, I feel like, is on you, and there's an aspect of perfection here as well. There's aspect of perfection, and this Hanged Man isn't even upside down. This card isn't in reverse. The Hanged Man is not upside down in this deck. They're suspended. They could walk away from this fear perhaps whenever they chose to, but they maybe don't have the confidence in this moment because they seem to prioritize you. I have to say, they do think that you stop traffic with how you look. And this makes themselves feel like they pale in comparison to your physical attraction. So maybe they just think that you're way out of their league in this moment, which may or may not be true, but they think that you are way out of their league. And these are thoughts that kind of interrupt the peace of their mind. Because they were just highlighting how our bodies are a temple. This mind is a temple. But even here, the sword is right through their temple. We have the Ace of Coins. This person feels like such, and I hate to use this term, but they feel like a wuss when it comes to applying their pressure towards you or applying their truth towards you. It's like they feel weak. They feel like they're not as good as you, or they feel like they aren't enough. And yet they still see the potential, and they still, part of them really wants to be seen by you. Like part of them needs to be seen by you, I feel. And they have been seen by you. They just don't see that. I do feel like there is a parallel even between how the two of you feel about yourselves. If they don't feel good enough, even though they prioritized how you are, I think that you don't always see yourself in that light. You don't always see yourself as abundant as they see you, because you have a fear of that too. You're insecure just as much as this person is, but they just don't see that inside of you because they put you up on this pedestal. And we put other people up on pedestals, we can't imagine them feeling the same type of insecurities that we feel, although I feel like you both feel it. And it could be the surrender to these, it's like we're jumping to a conclusion and we're making huge assumptions about the other person, and it's what's keeping everything in stagnation. The assumptions this person is making about your willingness, your attraction to them, is actually holding them back, despite the fact that you have a lot of focus towards them. We have the Wheel of Fortune and we have the Emperor. Now, there isn't a message here about gathering more information, so you could have been in a communication cycle with this person for perhaps quite a while in this moment, and I feel like there's a developing connection, which feels to me like it only exacerbates their fear. It's like the deeper the connection feels, the more they feel uncomfortable with that new normal. Because here's the Six of Cups. Now, there could be a reference to school or education here for someone watching. That may not resonate for every person, but there is a reference to school or education that I'm receiving here. The truth is that this person feels like this is a golden opportunity, and it is. They're right, it absolutely is. They're just kind of like afraid of where this path goes. So it's like they're being very dishonest with how they truly feel in a situation. And they perhaps have created a bit of a habit to keeping themselves hidden from golden opportunities like this, because part of them is afraid of permanent change. Now, we can't deny, because I am reading for the collective, there's lots of different energies and elements floating in for this message. Part of this message could be that this person retreats and doesn't act actively towards you because they have other commitment cycles. We have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Tower. Now, perhaps they just see you as a potential for all of that growth. Perhaps they already have invested in that and they just see things crumbling down. They feel like their attraction to you, it's like it's not fair because it's either one-sided in their opinion, or it's not possible. And these could just be subjective opinions that they're holding about the situation because of their lack of confidence. But they feel like it's not fair that they have this much attraction and they can't act upon it. But with the Hanged Man, and my kids will often come to me and say, you know, I can't do this or I can't do that. And I'll just say, take the T off of that I can and try one more time. It's frustrating. But if we think we can or if we think we can't, we're absolutely right both times. And Spirit says the one thing that can alleviate all of the uncertainty, or at least alleviate some of the uncertainty, is just clarity, is giving over to clarity, surrendering to clarity. Because their perspective and the actual reality of the situation could be completely different. They're holding on to their perspective because in some forms they're trying to hold on to old comfort zones, but there's no growth there. And you represent a golden opportunity that they're being asked to step up and lead within, because there's the opportunity. But it feels very mutual. Both people looking for the opportunity. Will they take action towards pile number 1, please? Here's the Queen of Pentacles and there's the Hierophant. Now they have intentions of action, but they're taking these tiny little old man steps towards the actual action that's necessary here in the situation. And the truth is that I feel like there is a growing frustration that's mounting for you, and the necessity for clarity that's coming in for you is very, very strong. I feel like in some cases, you may decide to reach out to this person because the frustration becomes too much. Maybe perhaps within the next couple of months, you may be the one that starts to communicate more, that starts to try to put more effort into the situation, because it's like you see the golden opportunity and you see them wasting it as well. So as we move into the future, I still see the connection continuing. I see communication continuing, but I feel like the divine feminine might be the one that is putting in more effort into action or into the steps that are needed to create momentum in the situation. Not that there isn't a call to action for this divine masculine energy to surrender to clarity as well, and to surrender to even recognizing the golden opportunity that presents themselves, or that is presented to themselves in this moment. That is definitely their responsibility to take on, but Spirit says they may have a challenge in taking on that responsibility. And because you get frustrated with, even here with the Hanged Man, and I was just stopped talking because Spirit was speaking about this. They're talking about the wave that you're riding in on. Because you're going to get frustrated with the wave that they're riding, you might surrender to your own wave. You have choices about claiming your independence. You're going to feel inspired to perhaps surrender to clarity yourself, because both of you are being inspired by some of the same themes. Clarity being one of them, honesty being one of them, and honesty is essential for growth in this situation. So Spirit says that you may continue to see that they are taking a very slow approach here. And the slow approach is being affected by their fear, their worry, their insecurity. And you may kind of catch that like a hot potato, and you may continue to approach them. Because it's almost like here, it's like if you don't, you're going to be kept waiting, and there's an uncertainty about how they're feeling that could be coming in for you in the future as well, Pal 1. And it's kind of a shame, because Spirit says they're actually, like in the future, you may find their actions towards you kind of confusing, their efforts towards you kind of emotionally confusing. And it's a reflection of their own emotional insecurity and the obstacles that they have in front of them. So they're indicating that their actions towards you could create a little bit of a conflict in your heart about where the connection is going, or how much effort you feel called to put into this situation. They may have, again, they may be in a habit or have a tendency to retreat when they feel those types of really strong bonds forming. It's in a response to fear, but that's not your work, or it's not your work to handle the weight of the unknown for everyone else. Advice, please, for pile number 1. We have co-create with Spirit. It's not that there isn't potential in this situation. It's that somebody could be taking a really passive approach when it comes to the potential that's presenting itself right now. Because the cheetah can only sprint. It has to take advantage of opportunities as they present to better its situation. Otherwise, it goes hungry. And ultimately, this person's passive approach might create a hunger in you, which gets you motivated. But you may also feel frustrated by the efforts that they put in, which might affect your desires in the future of this connection. We do have unfinished business here coming in. And as I said, I don't see it necessarily coming to a close unless the divine feminine decides to pull back her energy. But we do have definitely moments of frustration for the divine feminine where you're going to decide and weigh against, do I want to work on this, or do I want to cut and run? Do I want to explore other situations? So the options I feel like are going to be available to you. They're encouraging us in this moment to not expect a lot of change from this person or a lot of effort from this person in this moment. They're encouraging us to embrace this in between so that we can move into the observable position and choose if we want to participate more, if we're willing to be the force that gets the momentum going or continues the momentum moving forward. So they just see a lot of, they fear that there's going to be a lack of effort coming in from this person. But to them, it may feel like they're still putting in effort. It's just a habit that they've formed of taking a very long time. They're encouraging you to be the wildflower, live an uncontrolled life, free to grow anywhere and bound by nothing. So in this connection, for the future, they say you don't have to maintain loyalty here. They say that it's okay to go exploring your options beyond this opportunity. We have release and lighten your own load, and never tolerate less than what the divine feminine deserves for you, pile 1. Let's get a charm pull for pile number 1, please. Advice for this connection. 10 of Wands. They still feel like it's going to be confusing for the future as we move forward. Now, it's not that there's not any again, a lot of physical attraction coming through from this person. They think that you are gorgeous. I feel like the two of you actually would look really good together as well. But there's something about this divine masculine where they're still attached to something. Could be attached to a person for someone watching. Could be attached to, it could be a negative environment. Could be attached to their own insecurity. But it's their weight to carry, and they're not managing that weight very well. And because of that fear of the unknown and their attachments to certain things, that's what's going to prohibit their actions or their efforts moving forward. We have the Pearl of Wisdom and really listening to the notes of intuition here. We have R and G. And we have here a little wrench with a red handle. So I think of an empowerment wrench. It's a tool that when we have a wrench in our plan, if we actually use that wrench as a tool, we can get ourselves back to stability. We do have here loneliness coming from the palm tree. I do think of an island of loneliness, somebody who has built themselves an island of loneliness. We do have a hospital nursing connection, perhaps with the nursing cap and the stethoscope. But they're also speaking about listening to the heart, and they're talking about a divine feminine's heart that's filled with love. They could also be highlighting motherhood, so take that as it resonates. Pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. Drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me, and be sure to hit your notification bell. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and that link is below. And I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the White Heart. You were also drawn to the High Priestess, and this is your reading. Will the person on your mind take action towards you, and what type of action can you expect? Now, the High Priestess does speak about sometimes intentions that we're holding back, that we aren't sharing with the world. Could be about crystal clear intentions with your crystal clear quartz here as well. Could also be sort of somebody that's hard to pin down, somebody that's hard to read, because she does sit upon information she knows to be true, and she doesn't often share it with other people. You could also be able to trust your own intuition and your own knowing here if you have certain inclinations about what this person is going to do, how they're going to act. They are encouraging you to trust your intuition always when it comes to rose-colored glasses that you're wearing or red flags that you're experiencing as well. So let's take a look here and see. Will they take action towards pile number 2, please? What are their current intentions at this time? We have the 4 of Cups. We have the High Priestess coming out with the 3 of Swords. The Page of Swords. You could be, they could have retreated. You could be feeling like they're not giving you any information in this moment. You feel like you're being a little bit ignored or overlooked. You have the Justice. We also have the Wheel of Fortune coming out here with the 6 of Wands. Now let's clarify as we go here. Will they take action towards pile number 2, please? Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. The 6 of Swords. The 2 of Pentacles. King of Swords and the 4 of Swords. Here, and it's all supporting the 10 of Cups. The World. Back of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. Now, here is the thing. If this person is no longer talking to you, or if they have pulled their energy back towards you, there will be further communication. I do feel like this person even intends to bring forward that communication. They just haven't ironed down when they're going to do that yet. They are a little bit defensive when it comes to clarifying something with you. So they could be taking their time to clarify something with you because they're worried now about the impression that they're leaving. If the two of you are in communication and they pulled back their energy, for instance, you could have an opinion about that, and they might be afraid to face you or afraid to face the consequences of their behaviors or how they've operated with this connection up to this point. So there's like a hesitancy to clear the air. And I actually think that somebody's watching the other person online. You could be watching them, they could be watching you. It could be a mutual thing where you're both kind of watching each other, waiting for a sign from the other person, perhaps. Now, I have a really strong message for you, Pal, too, about this situation, because the truth is that the longer you wait for this person to clarify something, the more crystal clear your higher self becomes about their true intentions, that their intentions, even if they haven't created them in crystal clarity to you, they're actually projecting them at you in a very crystal clear way. They're very protective of themselves by nature, perhaps, and this is telling us a tale. What we're observing right now, even if we're not observing a lot, is still an observation. They're talking about closure and clarity that we're receiving in our observations right this moment about this person. And maybe we have an inclination, because maybe we've made our intentions clear in this connection in the past, but this person hasn't made their intentions clear to us. Their intentions are to come forward, and I do feel like there's going to be communication, but you may already feel frustrated enough by the time that comes in that you're the one that's over it. On her sweater it says over it. And she's a little bit guarded. She's got her arms crossed. Her hair is in braids. So she does have the concern for other people. So even though she's telling herself I'm over it, she may not feel emotionally completely over it by the time that communication comes in. But your guides are encouraging you to claim your independence in this present moment. Because they're actually trying to talk about preparing you for something good through a temporary disappointment or loss that you may experience with this person. That they know something you don't about what they're trying to deliver you from and what they're trying to deliver you to. And although the efforts that this person puts in the future might feel really disappointing to you, it's really revealing as well. And with every revelation, we're empowered, because the truth will always set us free in some way. But what's really interesting about this dynamic is that I feel like you see their true colors. You start to shift your opinion about the situation. You lift in your confidence, but you also kind of get your due diligence. You also sort of get the reward, because I feel like this person does eventually reach out. I just feel like your attitude towards them has changed. Maybe not entirely. You're not completely over the situation, but you're starting to now learn how to grab onto that confidence despite the fact that your heart may not be feeling it, or your heart might still be invested. They are going to be reaching out to you online, but I also feel like by the time that clarity comes in for you, there's something shifting in your confidence. Something good has happened in your life. You may actually be in a new collaboration, or you may just be collaborating with your higher self in that moment, trying to build up that confidence. But something shifts in your life, and it's almost like when good things start to happen in your life, this person gets like a radar and they reach out. It could be a new connection that you could be exploring, that you're feeling confident in, and that's when they reach out. This is going to test you, because I feel like there's still an attachment to this person. That moment might test you, and your guides are actually encouraging you to not get distracted by that when it does pop in. Because even though maybe we're looking for clarity from them, maybe we're looking for closure from them, maybe that's why we hope that they'll give that to us. But Spirit says the truth is, with their inaction, they're already giving us the closure that we need. They're already giving us everything that we need to observe. They're all of the clarity, because it's making us feel imbalanced. It's making us question ourselves. So that again, there's going to be a reach out, there's going to be communication that does come in, but you may have already gone through a period of healing. You may have already gone through that period of healing where your guides are offering you that creative feedback about what you're experiencing. And part of that feedback might be to exit stage left, might be to let go, to find your own force, to claim your own independence, to explore new connections that might pop in the interim. Because Spirit feels you collaborating with other people in regards to your confidence by the time this communication comes up. Because it feels like when it rains, it pours for you. When it rains, it pours. When good things start to happen in your life, it's like this person knows, and that could be because they're watching you. And that's when there's transition. That's when there's clarity. That's when there's the attempt. It's after they get triggered by you that there's communication that opens up. Coming from the King of Cups, but it comes after, maybe a little bit too late with the Tower here, but only you will get to decide what you do with that communication as it opens up. In this moment, you may not be in communication with this person. You may just be waiting and observing for that clarity to come in, but the observation in and of itself is closure, is clarity for us. Sometimes it's hard for us to admit that to ourselves because they're highlighting having to be honest with ourselves and other people about the heartbreak that we're feeling. It's time to clean it up. We also have here being flexible with what we are observing right now. Building blocks coming in the reversal, but I don't often read them in the reverse. Here's the building blocks on the back of the deck. And setting upon a new foundation, they're asking you to be flexible with what you think is coming in for you in the future. They're talking about having the strength to listen to our higher self, because our heart is leading with crystal clear intentions about what we want. And if our heart is focused on feeling overlooked and ignored, then that's going to slow down the progress towards our own abundance. So the Clean It Up card is asking us to make clearance for growth. Be flexible with what we think the potential is here. But the truth is, this flexibility in the egg is not about the flexibility of the connection. It's about the flexibility of you and the flexibility of where your abundance lies, and how with this 19 of the Sun, you are going to bloom wherever you plant yourself. This person may lose out on a really valuable opportunity with you because of the lack of clarity that they provide. But again, in doing so, they're providing crystal clear intentions and clarity to you. Advice for pile 2, please. So they are going to reach out to you, pile 2, but it feels like you're going to already start something new. There's already going to be a good thing that's coming in your life. And then because of the momentum of that, it brings in even more good things into your life, which is some of the justification of hearing from this person and being able to say to them, I'm sorry, you're a little bit too late. We have discover, look at the early dewdrops before they disappear with the morning sun. We have here generosity, sowing seeds of kindness, asking you to be kind to yourself to begin. And the busy bee should still make time for each flower and take a risk and fly. This is my card for new paths to explore and sort of spreading yourself around a little bit. Again, the positive thing that could be popping into your life in the interim is a brand new connection that brings in a lot more confidence for you. And Spirit encouraged you to embrace those opportunities, to leap into the unknown, to give yourself permission to explore while you wait. It opens up the options for you, pile 2. In the bowl today for pile number 2, we have the 3 of Pentacles coming in the reversal. Spirit says you just may experience a lack of support here. It just doesn't feel like there's a lot of progress that you're going to experience, but they're actually preparing you for something greater through that vision or through that observation of the lack of progress here. They're preparing you for what you need to be released. They're preparing you for connections that are going to bring in much more loyalty towards you. A lot of Cancer, Taurus in the bowl today. We do have here a little card that's all closed up. The 7 of Pentacles, so delays, patience, maybe impatience playing a role here. We have Y and we have K. And there's like the question of like us questioning ourselves. We also have here the Hierophant, I think, of the Divine Feminine, and diamonds that are forged under pressure. They're asking yourself to kind of focus upon your own ascension at this moment in time. Little baby steps. We have news on the way, though. There will be further communication here, but Spirit says that you may be starting a new love foundation that could interrupt this potential. Now, we do have a reference to children multiple times in the bowl, so please take that as it resonates to your situation. They're also talking here about a lack of direction that this connection may bring you, but it's actually, again, within the lack of direction it provides, it's actually encouraging us to change directions, to become hungry for our own success and not lie in wait. We also have a commandment from the Bible that says, "Thou shalt not make graven images." It's like we won't put certain people up on a pedestal unless they deserve to be there. Pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. If it does, drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading, and be sure to hit your notification bell. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. And I do update that shop daily, so keep checking back. But I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the red stone. You were also drawn to the devil, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, are they going to take action towards you, and what action can you expect? Now, the devil can speak about a really fiery connection, something that really grabs our attention, kind of holds us prisoner a little bit here too. Sometimes the devil can represent connections we know aren't necessarily that good for us, or there's just like something that triggers us a little bit, maybe insecurity within the connection as well. So you could be feeling triggered by the attraction and the insecurity that the situation is creating right now, maybe the uncertainty that you're feeling. Pile number 3, will they take action? What are their intentions towards pile 3? Are they going to take action? What can they expect? We have the World coming out first. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the Tower. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the Justice. My goodness. Back of the deck, we have the 5 of Swords, and we have the 6 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, it feels as though you've been waiting to see if this person is going to take action for a while. They do consider this to be a very risky venture. I cannot deny that they consider this to be a very risky venture, and one that could create a lot of conflict for a lot of different people involved. They're even highlighting children here, so please take that as it resonates to your situation. They feel like this is the desire for you is going to have to come at a sacrifice. We have the 7 of Swords, and their feelings for you feel like they're being kept hidden. They feel like they have to make off with something that doesn't really perhaps belong to them. Yeah, they keep highlighting walking away from environments that are dull, environments that aren't fulfilling, walking away from responsibilities as a part of this is necessary. Maybe decisions between partners might be necessary. That could be where the attachment comes in. This connection, it almost feels like a phoenix that wants to rise from the ashes, but it has to rise from the ashes. And the ashes are representing the Tower, the destruction of something. And they have acknowledged that their intentions towards you, the attraction is real, the connection is real, the desire is very real, but it's going to come at a cost. Tower with the Tower, and we can't go back afterwards. It's like after we pay that cost, we can't take it back. I can't make changes. Queen of Swords, and they're intimidated by that. It's like they're not ready to do that. They're not ready to take the action that's necessary in this situation. And again, children could be a factor as to why, but also I feel like this connection, the 6 of Cups, is being represented by your connection, and how it's, if it was just a physical or sexual attraction, it would be easy to maneuver. It's not that. We may be physically drawn to each other, but I think that that's the trigger revealing to us like a past life connection or something deeper in this connection. And when we have this type of trigger, it's extra challenging because this is worth the steps we're guided to take, even if it means detaching from this. But in order to get there, I have to go through the fire. I have to go through the Five of Swords. And the Six of Pentacles could be representing a karmic relationship, a karmic trench. That's why it's a water buffalo. Buffaloes being a symbol of abundance, the water buffalo being under the surface and keeping things hidden because of something I'm going to practically lose. So it's affecting the momentum. We have Hierophant here as one of the back of decks energies as well. And the reality is perhaps an institution. Marriage, education, government can be represented by the Hierophant. And maybe two people, again, the Tower and the Tower, two people perhaps struggling in the same type of environment or struggling with the same obstacles here. I feel like the two of you have crossed paths for a reason. And part of that reason is to reveal the Emperor and the Empress energy to itself. It's like holding a mirror in front of us. The problem is that our free will dictates what we're going to do with this opportunity. And in this moment, it's like we're too focused on what we're going to lose than we are on the solutions. The problem is that they feel addicted to you. They feel addicted to you. And they're saying that this firefly is like you. You're the firefly. You're what's leading. You could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But you are inspiring the change. They're being asked to follow that firefly to where it leads. But the wasp end here, the moth, when a moth gives into the flame, it gets burned. The wasp end continues to sting over and over and over again. So this is affecting their ability to be honest. Even with the Two of Pentacles, again, they have intentions of doing so. They have intentions of being honest and acting upon this situation, but it's going to require a lot of sacrifice, a lot of risk, walking away from things, making decisions, having to deal with what I've already invested in for a really long time, my responsibilities, other people's opinions of me coming into play. So this feels like a very complicated situation between the two of you, which is going to affect the action that they feel they can take towards you. And they do have intentions to take it. But Spirit says that they're very challenged by these Tower energies. And I feel like two people that fell together. It's like maybe there was no intention, but we fell together. Here's the King of Swords. And again, the King of Swords is supposed to be the leader in finding those solutions. And here he's, and in communication and being honest with my feelings. And here he is focused on this Five of Cups. And the loss and the regret. It's like right person, wrong timing. But it's connected to the death energy. There is a willingness in this person's heart to find the solutions. It's like there's a willingness to fight for it, but the willingness almost feels like a fantasy, like a fantastical idea. It's like they want to believe I have a willingness to fight for it, but there's also this ease of execution that's not available to them here. And it's easier for them to fantasize about it than it is for them to actually take the action and reveal everything that needs to be seen here, to end things that need to be ended in order to have this phoenix rising out of the ashes here. And again, the spirit is willing, the flesh is weak. So there is going to be delays in gratification when it comes to progress in this connection, delays in the clarity that they have over their feelings for you as well, because they are afraid of losing something. And here with the Eight of Cups, again, they have a decision to make between parties potentially, and there's a huge weight of the unknown that they're kind of holding on to. They're really concerned about what they're going to financially lose or practically lose. They could be losing positions at home. They could be losing what they would deem like access to children, something, because they keep bringing up children as well. And now that message may not resonate with everyone, but if it's your message, you'll know that it's your message. So Spirit says that the actions, unfortunately, there could be a lot of physical actions being between the two of you in this moment. But if there's not been a lot of progress, Spirit says you may expect more of that, more of the same. We do have the Fates. And again, a fated opportunity. You were supposed to cross paths. I do feel like this is a past life connection for you, but it's like we have to surrender to the opportunity instead of wielding our own free will over a situation. Surrendering to the sea. And it affects our foundation or our home. It says here, no place like home. And you can see that this house is being suspended without a foundation. And this represents a change in the wind. But right now, it says here, time to go, an unfinished symphony. They have all the resources they need to be able to create the finality, to be able to create the leap of faith, but they need to surrender to the change in the wind first. Right now, they're exercising their free will to dream it, but not bring it into fruition. And that might affect your desire to kind of stick around to wait for that solution, but you may also be in a similar situation where you also are facing tower energies. We have generosity, sow seeds of kindness, and it's only through sowing new seeds here that we're going to see a lot of progress, and honestly being kind to ourselves and other people, because even there's a message coming through about self-serving desires, how the collective has made that really a bad thing. When we want something, when we need something in our life, when we desire something different, the collective will make us feel like a bad person for wanting that. And Spirit says we need to learn how to sow seeds of kindness to ourselves so that we can start implementing the necessary seeds for change to happen that we want to see in our life. We have a rest, slow down. You don't have to solve everything today, because Spirit does see a continuation of the momentum. I feel like there's going to be the desire is still here. The attachment is still here. The pressure to act is still here. And that may maintain moving into the future. All flowers must grow through the dirt. And back of the deck says, patience, wait for the fruit to ripen. And we may have to be patient before we see a lot of change or growth in the future of this connection or in their efforts as well. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. 9 of Swords reversed, the 3 of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. I feel like the two of you either have a good time together or you could be having a really good time together. They're referencing how this person is weighing you against other environments. I think there's a lot of apathy and boredom in their current environment, and you're like a beautiful breath of fresh air that comes in. And this is kind of communicated to them that you're the solution to this old karmic trench. You're the solution to like extreme torment that they've experienced in the past. There is a to-do list here with the clipboard, the letter C, A, and E. And the to-do list has a lot to do with a reality of transition and grief. And here at the hammer, that's a symbol of self-sabotage, but also persistence and working on something. So needing to not self-sabotage, but needing to write this to-do list concerning the reality of grief. Potentially having to put something to bed in order for something new to pop in. Pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. If it does, drop your comment below for your chance to win a reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell, of course. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personalized reading, and I do update that shop daily, so keep checking back. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day.